Okay, in this video, I want to explain how you go about collecting a debt or how you pursue a debtor. A lot of small business owners, be they in Ireland or in the UK or wherever, are contacting me with a view to trying to collect debts. For the sake of this video, I'm going to assume that the debt is less than 15,000 euros. That means that it will be dealt with in the district court. But the procedure that I explain in this video is precisely the same type of procedure that's adopted in the circuit court and in the high court. The only difference is the amount of money involved. So for the sake of this video, as I say, it's going to be less than 15,000 and therefore a district court claim. The first step you need to do is check that the debtor is actually a mark. In other words, that they have money or have resources, that they're still trading, that if you do get a judgment, you may be able to enforce it because there is resources there. If not, if they're completely busted flush and a waste of space, then you need to consider the cost and time in pursuing a debt, getting a judgment against somebody, for example, a company that is completely unenforceable. So assuming that they are a mark and assuming that they're worth going after, the first step is to get a solicitor to send a solicitor's letter, strong solicitor's letter to the debtor. This letter will basically look for money, look for the money, demand the money within 10 days, failing which legal proceedings will be commenced. If that's not successful, then the next step is to have a claim notice issued and served on the debtor. So the claim notice is drafted and sent in to the district court office. It's issued out of there and a copy is then served on the debtor. Once it's served on the debtor has 28 days within which to enter an appearance in a defence. If the debtor is going to contest that the debt is due at all, or indeed contest that the wrong amount is being claimed, in other words that there is some money due but it's a different amount, or if they have some other issue about performance, for example, of the contract, then they may enter an appearance in a defence. If they do that, then in due course you then have to seek a hearing date in the district court, and ultimately a judge will hear both sides of the argument, deal with the competing claims and assertions and make a judgment. If, however, the debtor doesn't enter an appearance, doesn't enter a defence, simply ignores your letter, keeps the head down, then you can, or your solicitor can, apply for a judgment in the office. That means that they prepare certain papers and send them into the district court office to get a judgment. The papers that will be sent in will include a certificate of no appearance or defence, a statutory declaration of service of the claim notice, an affidavit of debt, and a judgment or decree document which ultimately will be signed by the district court judge, assuming all your papers are in order. You also have to pay some stamp duty. It could be up to 70 euros or maybe 100 euros or thereabouts, depending on the value of the debt you're looking for. This is the basic procedure in looking to pursue a debt. So firstly, check that the debtor is worth going after. Secondly, a solicitor's letter. And thirdly, legal proceedings. After that then, if you do get your judgment, your next step is to try to enforce that judgment. If your debtor is worth going after, well then you may be able to bring them to court and get an order for payment for a small amount of money if they claim that they can't pay the whole lot in the one go, or you may have to register your judgment as a judgment mortgage on any property that the debtor may own. These are the steps. It's the exact same type of procedure for bigger amounts, over 15 grand, in the circuit court or in the high court, depending on the amount of money. I hope you find this video useful. If you do, you might give it a thumbs up down below.